Good afternoon. I feel like a filler. You know, you had Nagesh before us, and you got Subhashi who's already here. He's looking at me, he's looking at his watch. So I don't know how much time we got left. It's 2 minutes?
Take your time. Don't put on me.
Having gone through Ali's presentation today, I wish I had seen this 30 years ago. Percept would have been down another journey. And listening to Nagesh was, listening to Vinod has also been an eye-opener. In times like this, how you maintain profitability, how you continue to drive client respect, things like that matter. They do. So thank you so much. Even I've learned something. Coming back to my story. I don't know how many of you know Percept, but if you do, I don't know what you know of Percept. In the 30-odd years that we've been around, there have been times when we've been called the talent management company. There have been times when we've been called a sports marketing company. There have been times when we've been seen as the fastest growing financial agency, fastest growing advertising agency. We've been called brand builders. We've been called the movie company. We've been called the media company. At one time in 2006, 2007, we were even managing a client's business. So we were seen as outside managers doing things. The story that comes out of this is we've actually looked at our key core competence, and our key core competence is understanding people, building relationships, managing those relationships well, maintaining integrity, transparency, being sincere with what we do, a bit of creativity, and we've tried to apply that to everything, every single opportunity we got. Now, we began as an advertising agency in 1984, and the story of how we began is another thing altogether. I can't put so much of science as my colleagues here have put to what we did. My life has just been completely ad hoc. I got into this business by accident. I took one step led to another. The Percept actually got created by default, not by design. If I were to set up an agency today, would I really set up an agency? Chances are no. I know so many other things that I can do better, and which is what we're actually trying to pursue now. But those of you who are in the business, before I go on and explain more, take every opportunity you get, do everything you think you want to do. I also heard another line, strength lies in diversity. So I don't know which one of the two is true, but maintain both. Whatever you do, stay focused. Whatever opportunity you take it on. Maybe we'll start another pizza chain. So listen, going back to our story, Percept didn't start as Percept. And this is the whole default story is quite entertaining, and I'll share it with you in brief. It started off as perceptions. And if you go back and take a look at our files from 1984, you will see in the first 1 month, all stationery, all communication was perceptions. And then what happened is we realized, Times of India told us that there's already another agency called Perceptions. We didn't have too much money, so the rubber stamp that we had made, which was Perceptions, we just deleted with a blade, I-O-N-S. And that's how it became Percept. Just to add a little more humor to this, we didn't even redo the artwork. The artwork that we had for our original first letterhead that we made, we ran out of capital in less than a month. We had 12,000 rupees when I began. And that was over. We rented an office at 5,000 rupees a month. So we were out of cash. Luckily, the next door office had a pretty girl as the receptionist and managed to get friendly with her. So every time we needed a letterhead, I took this artwork to her, photocopied it on her photocopier, came back and got the communication done. So, this is how the story began. And from there, just took every opportunity, just went absolutely crazy. For the first 10 years, we stayed completely focused on advertising. It was in 93, 94 that our clients began to push us and say, listen, I need to go to a media specialist. I need to go to an event company. You can't do PR for me. So you know what we did? Is within our same office, within the same team, we just identified people and we said, okay, you are the media company, and you are the event company, and you are the PR company, and you are this and you are that. We also started social marketing. So anything and everything that we could lay our hands on in terms of jargon or in terms of specialized or super specialized, we started. And we gave these things names. So Percept Dima got started, Percept Soma got started, Percept Profile got started, Percept Media got started, everything got started. Now this was namesake, and this was done not because there was some big guru telling us, hey, this is what you got to do or you're going to die. But this was done because if we didn't do it, we're going to lose our clients. So there was a wall in front of us, and what do? So we lied initially, and then some of these things really took off. And some of these things that we couldn't do, we went and outsourced, and we worked with other people. As luck would have it, we learned more and more and more, and these things really took off. The next major change that came into our life was in the next 10 years. That was, in 2003, 2004, and when the second realization, look, we worked really, really very hard. Everybody in the company, we always believed in a policy that as an engine, I can only drive this car as fast. If you've got to go up the Khandala Ghats, you need 2 engines on the train. And if you need to go faster, you need to pull more load, you need more engines. So one of the things that we did was, everything we did in business, we just empowered people. We created more engines. It was just not me. I did something, and then I got people to do something, and more and more people were beginning to drive the business, and it was going on. Let me talk about the major change that came to our life in 2004, 2005. The second 10-year padao, so to say. There may be clients here, and I don't want the clients to get offended, but the fact is, we serve our clients. We give our life to our clients, and they leave us one day and they walk away. And when we do great work for them, they just pay our bills. When we do not so great work for them, they don't even pay our bills. So there's no real reward for, Ali's built so many amazing brands. I don't know whether he's got bonuses or share stock in those companies, or he's just got his bills paid. But the fact is, we guys in our industry, we just serve. We're all the time only serving. And there's no gratification. Now this realization dawned upon us, and we said, how can we use our learning, how can we use our knowledge, our contacts to do something more? And this is when we moved into movies, we moved into creating music IPs, creating sports IPs. So this whole thing about creating non-tangible assets, intellectual properties, is something that we began in mid-2000. And this journey took us to another level altogether. Today, as we speak, one of our new businesses that we started is on the verge of being valued higher than our core business. Our business, as we speak today, is broadly 2 parts. One is, the Percept Marcom business that has, 7 or 8 advertising agencies, a couple of media companies, PR companies, below the line, experiential marketing, activation, events. We do quite a bit. Our media companies, we're in rural, retail, conventional media, everything. Now, all this put together with multinational partnerships and so on and so forth, is one box. And the other box is something that we only started a few years ago, and that's called Percept Live, where we have a lot of intellectual properties in music and so on and so forth. Chances are by FY14, which is March 2014, the value of the second piece, which is just a few years old, is going to be greater than the value of the bigger piece. What's the point I'm trying to make here? The conventional piece is services. You got to work hard every day. At the end of the day, make some money, go home, spend it, come back, work again. If you don't work again, you don't make that money. But what happens on the asset side is you're creating value, and you don't necessarily need to keep putting in the same effort. If you build value, then it's going to serve you the rest of your life, serve your next generations. So keep that at the back of your mind. Once we did go to Hero Honda, and for Hero Honda we did a campaign called Desh Ki Dhadkan. I'm inspired to share some of these cases after Ali's presentation. You shouldn't believe we've done nothing. So we did Desh Ki Dhadkan for Hero Honda, and the proposal we gave them, that we are not going to charge you for this line one time. We will charge you 50 rupees every time you use it. Now what's the difference? The first model is service. I do it, I charge 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, whatever it is, and it's over. And the other thought is, I give it to you, and it's my asset. Every time you use it, you pay me 50 bucks. Okay? Of course, the Munjals are smarter than us, so they say, nahi yaar, tu 10 lakh le le, 20 lakh le le. So the lalach, gave us in, so we gave it away, and the line continues. Honest to God, we would have made a lot more money if we had stuck to that 50 rupee per use thing. Same thing goes for Reed and Taylor, born with the best. This time we were smarter, we said we'll charge you 100 rupees every time we use the line. But both the time, first time we had Munjals from Haryana, and this time we had, Kasliwaz, Marwadi, so no way. Usne bhi 20-25 lakh leke line khareed li. So, this desire to own these assets and be the owner and let people pay to use existed, but we couldn't succeed in advertising. So we finally did this with Sunburn, we're doing this with Bollywood, we did this with some of our movies. Hanuman, Ali spoke about Hanuman, so I remembered that I should share this with you. We did India's first animated feature, that's the Hanuman, and we've done a few movies after that. We've done television shows, we've done merchandise. So what Disney does on a slightly bigger level globally, we try to do on a local level slightly smaller. Well, slightly is, gap is a bit wide, but you know, I'm trying to make a point here. So listen, all in all, give it your best shot, and between Vinod and Ali, I think they're giving you a lot of gyan on what you need to do to, you know, continue to stay ahead of game. Only thing I want to leave you with is give it your best, take every opportunity you get, and just do your best. Good luck. We're all going to be available for the next 5 seconds for questions.